homicide case outside of Walgreens. He'll take some questions, but there's a lot of things we can't answer right now. But I'll have Adam come up here.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning, everybody. I am Deputy Chief Adam Kistart of the City of DeLand Police Department. I want to welcome you to the City Police Department and thank you for your interest in this matter. At about 1:10 p.m. on Tuesday, DeLand City Police Department was alerted to a vehicle that was parked in the parking lot of the Walgreens located at the 300 East New York Avenue block of the City of DeLand. When City Police arrived at the location, we found a woman who had been shot. She had succumbed to her injuries. Our investigation has led us to believe that the vehicle had been there since early Sunday. Through investigation, we have identified the victim as Latasha Mitchell Warren, approximately aged 35 years. Our investigation has led us to believe that there is no immediate threat to the public, and it does not appear to be a random act. It is, in fact, an act of senseless violence. Our goal is to bring swift justice to Miss Warren's killer and get this person in custody as soon as possible. As we have said, this is a very active investigation, a lot of dynamic things going on, and we're following up on multiple leads. With that, I'll take some questions and answer them the best as I can.
Hey, Deputy Chief, were there any reports of gunfire outside Walgreens on Sunday that police were aware of?
Right now, I can't discuss that as that's part of our investigation.
It looks like there's a surveillance camera on the corner of the front of the building. Did that actually capture the car being brought there and anyone leaving from it?
I can't give you that specific information, but I can tell you that as part of a police investigation, we always look for any surveillance footage in an area.
Was any found at all that you said?
I cannot discuss that.
Deputy Chief, do you believe that she was killed in the Walgreens parking lot, or do you believe she was brought there after she was killed? Do you have any feel for how that occurred?
We are trying to determine the circumstances of her death, and I can't discuss that right now, and I can't be sure one way or another at this moment.
Can you tell us why perhaps no one might have seen this between Sunday and Tuesday?
Absolutely. The way Miss Warren was seated in the vehicle, she was not very conspicuous from the outside of the vehicle, so it seemed like nothing was out of the ordinary to a passerby who might have been in the parking lot. There was really, to the casual observer, nothing very conspicuous about the vehicle being parked there and her seated in it the way she was seated.
Not even a bullet hole in the car, anything like that that was obvious?
Nothing that was obvious, no.
Chief, was the car parked in front of the store where people enter, on the side, back? Where in the parking lot was the car located?
It was parked off to the side in a little bit more of an inconspicuous area of the parking lot.
Is she known to police previously, Chief? Deputy?
We actually currently do not have an address for her, and she is not known to our police department here. We believe she was from out of town and had actually traveled some distance to be here.
Was it her car or someone else's car that she was in?
It was somebody else's car.
And how did you get wind of this? Who was it that called you and said something's going on?
Absolutely. Well, we had a citizen contact the police station and just tell us of a vehicle that they were concerned about, and city police went to the location, and upon observing and inspecting the vehicle, they found Miss Warren in the vehicle.
Concerned because this person's vehicle was missing? Did they say at the Walgreens, or were you just checking all over the city trying to find it?
So it's part of the investigation. I can't discuss it more other than they just told us to go to the Walgreens to look for a vehicle.
Chief, have you had a chance to talk to the person who owned the vehicle that Ms. Warren was in about why she was in his vehicle?
Right now I can't discuss that either. It's part of our investigation.
Can you share anything about a potential suspect?
I cannot, other than we are diligently investigating a suspect, and we are doing everything we can to apprehend that person.
Do you have an identification, a possible identification of the suspect? I
can't discuss any more other than to say that we are looking at somebody, and we're working on that right now.
Looking at someone?
Yes.
Hey, DC, you said she's not from the area. Are you in a position to say whether she was out of county, out of state, or from where she might be from?
Yeah, actually, and this is one of the reasons we were not able to immediately release the victim's name. It was really just in the past hour that we have positively identified her. She is either from elsewhere in the state, out of county, or she may even be out of state. We are not sure right now. So it's kind of unusual.
Do you know what she was doing in DeLand?
I do not know, no.
Is the person that you're kind of looking at the owner of the vehicle?
I can't discuss that.
But do you think the person that you're looking at was actually in the vehicle at a certain point?
I can't discuss that either because I have to protect the case for future purposes in court.
What kind of car was it?
To my knowledge, it was a Chevrolet, and that's all I know.
You know what color?
I do not know.
Was the medical examiner able to tell you when the woman died?
So the medical examiner responded to the scene, and their office is conducting their own investigation as we speak. I do not have that information, though, at time of death, no.
I mean, I guess that we're just trying to see whether or not it was yesterday or it would have been Sunday. Even if, I mean, I know the car was there since Sunday. Was she in the car? Do you believe she was in the car since Sunday?
I do, yep.
Hey, DC, you guys are saying that she was shot. Was she shot multiple times, one time? Do we know at this point? You said medical examiner has spoken to you guys.
Yep. I can't answer that for several reasons, but right now the medical examiner is determining that too. So.
Is there anything the public, I guess, can look for to try to help you guys, like capture the suspect or person of interest?
So yes, you know, our citizens who always do a great job of giving us good information. If anybody saw anything out of the ordinary on Sunday in the area of the Walgreens in DeLand off New York Avenue, we would certainly urge them to call the police department here and advise us of anything that they might know. Also on our Crime Watch application or website, they can also send us a message too if they saw anything. So we appreciate any information that somebody from the public may have.
Chief, how did you identify her? Can you share that? I mean, next of kin, or did someone else say, this is who I believe it is? Just a little bit more on that.
Sure. It's a combination of things. We really obviously began immediately attempting to identify her at the scene, and we have some ways of doing that. And then through a combination of the medical examiner's office and some other things, we were able to positively identify her just an hour ago. But I can't discuss any more specifics.
No personal information in the vehicle with her?
To my knowledge, not. Yes, correct.
Did
Anything
anybody
else?
report her missing? Did anybody report her missing?
Not that I am aware of. It's possible that somebody did, but not that I know of. So.
Was anything found in the car that may probably indicate what was going on in the car, DC?
They are still, our forensics people are still examining the vehicle over at our evidence center, and I do not know the status of that right now. So.
Can you describe where the bullet holes were in the vehicle? Was it in the window? Can you share anything about that?
I cannot. For investigative purposes, I cannot.
But did the vehicle have any holes in it, though?
There was evidence that a gun had been fired either in proximity or in the vehicle. But I can't discuss specific evidentiary issues. So. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. And again, anybody has any information, we are always happy to listen. Thank you. Thank you all.
So what's his name again? Adam?
Hey, thank you.
Kistart?
Just fine.